I have in my notes they could try to enter the summit entrance or the base entrance.
If we go to Stormscar, that's incredibly dangerous for us.
If you tried to fly into the summit, you would have to navigate the storm, and I've seen how you fly.
I fly well. These pricks just can't hold on.
Now you feel the staff starting to stir.
Just becomes incredibly rigid.
Oh!
You okay?
My staff is tingling.
What do you mean your staff's tingling?
This is kind of embarrassing.
What?
Nothing.
If they try to enter the summit entrance, they're idiots. They just take a bunch of damage and saves and conditions until they eventually give up or die. But if they try to go into the base entrance, and then it was like a Sophie's choice. So like you could theoretically, and I will improvise you trying to get through the storm, but you ain't getting through the storm. The dragons can just about manage it. As you are getting closer and closer to the storm, and you now start to feel the effects of it. There is actually wind that you didn't pick up on it from afar.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
You didn't pick up on it from afar, but yeah, there's a lot of wind, a lot of rain.
Just I can't wrap my head around the rules of this fantasy world.
Yeah.
You see up in the storm itself, from your perspective, looking at the mountain, it is heading from a left to right perspective, and you look up. It's sort of going around, from looking up the mountain. It's going in a clockwise storm. And you see in it.
It would be going clockwise, looking down from the mountain as well.
No, looking down from the peak of the mountain, it would be going anti-clockwise. That's how a clock works. If you look at it from one side or the other, it's going different directions. Doesn't matter.
If it's going left to right for us, and
for you approaching the mountain, the wind is coming across from a south west to a north direction.
So it'd be going clockwise, looking from up down.
You're doing an anti-clockwise motion with your hand as you're doing it. Look at your watch.
Nailed it.
Picking analog clocks is hard, to be fair.
Green screen.
We'll cut that bit out.
We won't.
Green screen of us educating people on how to read an analog clock.
I want to highlight with clocks, specifically around his face, showing how wrong he is.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Tasman.
You approach.
Cut it out, mate.
Hi kids, I'm Robert Hartley. In this digital age, analog clocks are getting harder to find. So here's one. This is a public service announcement. You can see that the hands move from the top towards the right, and then down, and then towards the left, and then back up again. That's called clockwise. Now if you imagine spinning that clock face around and looking at it from the other side, this movement is called anti-clockwise, or counterclockwise. Now you know.
Tasman, look at me. Tasman.
Do it, Tasman.
Do it.
Hi, Tasman.
Mate, shut up! Fucking shut up! All of the shut up! Shut up! All of the shut up! Fucking shut up!
He's the one who's all.
The storm is starting to increase in intensity. You look up and you can see that there are specks flicking around in the storm as well that you recognise as adult dragons, and they are going round and round clockwise. They sort of steer in. They just kind of give into it like a rafter giving into the current of the Whitewater Rapids. They just ride the storm in a counterclockwise direction.
As I said.
And they slowly sort of steer in closer and closer to the center, which speeds them up, but it means that they can get up towards the peak, and then they can, at the last second, steer into landing in the summit. So you can see that there are adult dragons entering the storm. A few of them are exiting the summit and doing it the same in reverse and disappearing out the storm. Cool. There's a lot of dragons in this area, you see. And then you approach the base after a decent chunk of walking. It is getting harder and harder to walk through sloppier and sloppier mud, swampy kind of terrain from all of the water from this storm. Obviously, you don't know where the water is actually coming from. If it's a perpetual storm, where's all this rain coming from? But magic.
Magic be magicking.
Are there any skeletons?
Not that you can see immediately, but if you want to look around specifically looking for some, you might be able to find something.
And is this right? Like it's kind of become a bit greener around the base of the mountain because of the water?
Because of all the water, there's actually an ecosystem that can survive here a little bit better.
It's like the base of Mount Doom.
Sure.
Sure.
If you like.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's awe-inspiring.
That is a dragon mountain.
Yeah.
Holy.
It's terrifying.
I mean, I'm so glad that we're gonna get like a reverse cut of this so everyone can see it, because wow,
I mean, it's not quite the same on a green screen, is it?
No, it is not.
I mean, we're literally looking at an air conditioning machine right now.
Yeah, but like the imagination
Yeah.
of this big dragon mountain with dragons circling around a big storm.
And that big blank wall that we're looking at.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
absolutely.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at the
We all
air
have acting
ducts.
degrees.
It's amazing. Wow.
I don't have a degree. But
Don't?
you don't have
Neither
one
do
either.
I.
Hey.
Nice. These two do.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of debt.
Yeah. And this is paying for it.
I eventually paid it off.
Nice.
Good on you.
Do you wish to spend time looking for?
Well, that's what it was like when I went there. It was summer.
Do you wish to spend some time looking for corpses, skeletons?
No. I was just glancing around, I think.
Yeah, not in obvious view.
Yeah.
You get closer and closer to the entrance, where you'd expect to be the entrance, just following kind of the natural valleys and desire lines towards the mountain itself. And before long, you find it. It was once very well traversed back and forth, so it is nice and open and obvious, so it doesn't take you long to find it. The entrance is hugely overgrown and partially collapsed now. What was once a 50-foot archway with what you could tell to be 5 different dragons carved out of stone above it is now a very weathered, eroded shadow of a time long forgotten. Each of the dragons has just kind of become a mostly featureless quadrupedal creature with, you can tell it's meant to be a dragon, but you can't even tell, you can't even really make out unless you study them which one is meant to represent which clan. The floor of the entrance, huge big tunnel, big enough for ancient dragons to walk through. So big tunnel, but mostly collapsed with like this thick layer of rubble on the bottom and lots of overgrown mosses and lichens and creeping vines up the sides and such. And the tunnel itself, very dark. There's nothing lighting the tunnel. As Uqirha explained or warned, this entrance has been abandoned for many years, and there's like a social stigma around any dragons using it, so they don't.
All right.
Check for traps.
I don't have that spell.
Oh, don't you?
I'm pretty sure.
You can just check for
just do
traps.
it.
You can just look. As a rogue, you can just be like, I'm looking for traps.
I look for traps.
Cool.
I'm persuaded.
This is why I said
Talia!
this is why I said when you took the find trap spell, it was a terrible spell because it does the same thing as just making an investigation check.
8.
8 plus investigation.
Plus nothing.
Are you proficient in investigation?
Nope.
No. Then yeah, you don't get your reliable talent. So just
I'm
straight
looking
8.
and I don't see anything.
Looks
because-
exactly like I just
Nice. I'm
described.
gonna believe you.
I also
Pretty standard.
investigate. I investigate generally.
Okay. Well then, that'd be perception.
Perception, sweet. That is 23.
Cool. And you're just looking for.
I'm just kind of.
what's in the area.
I'm like, because again, he said, "Oh, it's been abandoned," and it certainly looks abandoned. But I'm like, could be anything.
Yep.
So I'm just.
You can tell with your natural affinity for the land as a druid as well that there is life in this area, not just plant life, but creatures as well. As I say, it's got enough water to sustain an ecosystem of sorts. So you can see that there are a few lizards and worms and insects, and there's a couple of like fish in the smaller streams and stuff that's coming down from the mountains. Not teeming with life, not a jungle, but there's life forms around here.
So I see a life form nearby, and I speak with it.
Yeah, I'll say that you find it. Let me just see what sort of a thing you're going to find, whether it's going to have any kind of intelligence at all. Because you're not,
A lone
not going to get
human
anything.
camped out outside with an information sign above its head.
It's great.
You're not going to find.
Go
You're not
with
going to
farmer.
get any information from a worm.
Adventure.
I'll say.
See a sheep run past.
What kind of mammals would survive around like a stormy mountain base?
A desert rat.
Yeah, like
Rats of sorts. Yeah, some sort
Probably
of
would
rodent.
be lizards, like real base,
Big
like
old-
deer.
big
but
old lizard.
Deer.
I'll say,
but
yeah, you find like a
evolved.
almost, so drakes are kind of like wingless dragons, and again, used a little bit more like animals like dogs or riding horses and things for them. So you find like a much younger drake, essentially, like a gigantic draconic-esque lizard, and it's just burrowing into something, trying to scrabble at something that's just run under the ground. You head on over and, excuse me,
Excuse me.
turns around,
And it's
speak
got-
with animals.
This entrance, is anybody uses this? Have you seen any danger around?
I'm one of the more dangerous things here.
Great.
What are you?
Smash.
My name Rasmon. I am Drasimar. What's your name?
What is a name?
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. So I communicate with the others. I go, I think it looks pretty safe. Shall we go inside and have a look around?
Yep, I reckon so.
Okay. As we go in, I cast the light cantrip.
Cool. As soon as you do so, see, no, I'm just going to. You activate the true. No. Where does the light come from? The white line down your face glows white. The brass line becomes white.
Like the Avatar.
You become
and
a
then
book
does the
lamp.
light actually come from
reading
there, or does
lamp.
it come from high? Do you cast it on a stone?
I think I have like almost like a circle in my forehead that kind of lights up white. It almost acts like a headlamp kind of.
Cool.
Would it be like a little triangle that like points? No.
Yeah. And then I use my air powers.
Talia follows sneaking. She's sneaking.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, it seems fine, but I'm not just
Moving slowly, moving cautiously, aware of your surroundings. You've played D&D with me long enough to be aware of the sort of shit I could pull. You walk down this otherwise very dark and eerily silent tunnel. The storm seems to extinguish from your ears as you pass the mouth of this tunnel and start heading inside. There's a deep sort of rumble that's probably the storm, but also maybe something else that's in this mountain. Other than that, it's just the sound of your own footsteps on stonework for the longest time as you walk, just picking and choosing your way over this thick rubbled path.
Did Exuba say the whole of Stormscar has been repopulated, or just a little bit?
He said that the dragons that survived Torellian's attack came back to Stormscar and mostly have just moved back into Stormscar, and he's also mentioned or indicated at the very least that they would have been in High City. So he wouldn't have said that.
So it's probably going to be a little quiet down here.
In Low City specifically, you wouldn't expect to see any other dragons. You might still find some of the creatures that were considered lesser, like drakes and wyverns and stuff. So you make your way in. You walk for quite a bit of time. Eventually, the caved-in portion of the ceiling, you pass it enough that you can get back onto solid stonework and not have to pick and choose your way across like a rubbly path. You're just following the light of Rasmon's head, essentially. Magpie, as you are. As you're getting deeper into this new terrain, there's a familiarity, a sense of familiarity, a feeling of being underground and under this much rock. There's something about this that feels like being in the same neighborhood as the area you've been in your dreams, the area you've felt like where the laboratory that you've been picturing.
Well, they escaped from the sub-level, right? So it's below us.
So somewhere in this vicinity is obviously where these visions are taking place, and as you feel that, as you start to picture that, it's been a while since you've had a hallucination while awake. A lot of your things have been happening while dreaming, but as I've been indicating, your curse has been getting worse, and you feel yourself just kind of given into this hallucination. Do you, knowing that you're about to give up your own senses for something else, do you lie down, do you warn anybody, or do you just kind of like try and push forwards and not let people know?
In my head, when we'd snuck in, she was staying in the shadows to be in an advantageous position. So I'm not sure anyone would see where she was. She's just in the shadows.
We'd be kind of used to that with Talia, to be honest.
I think maybe she's she's just by herself.
So the three of you walking ahead, Talia kind of just slumps back, and in the shadows, just kind of like you put your hand out and feel yourself against the wall, and just kind of steady yourself as your mind gives out to another person's memories. You're back in very much a laboratory kind of a setting, in similar sort of surroundings of the stonework around you, and you can see that there is a very complicated sort of a beaker set up with distillation and pipes and burning things that are coming from like seemingly like a fire stone, like a flame that's coming from it, almost Bunsen burner-like, that it's under one of the vats. And you are creating some sort of distillation, you can tell. It is all bubbling and mixing down to a concoction in this, in like a large bowl. And it is dripping a very vibrant, icy blue drip into this bowl, and it is wherever it drips, it seems to be forming a solid, almost ice cube-looking thing, but in this almost spherical, like a river stone. Instantly you recognize it as another version of the type of stone that cursed you, and the type of stone that you saw in Torellian's, embedded in Torellian's collarbones, the black one on one side and the red on the other. This is quite clearly of the coloration of an Iceclaw clan dragon. And as it finishes, you feel yourself sort of close off a valve, and the last couple of drips drip into this thing and instantly kind of harden, like if you have ever taken super cooled water that is below zero but hasn't got a nucleation point to actually freeze, and then you pour it onto a plate and suddenly it can now start freezing, and it's suddenly from water to ice in a moment. Really cool to watch if you haven't seen it. It kind of has done that and has just formed this solid stone. You can feel whoever's memories you're getting, you can feel their own trepidation coming through, their own hesitation at doing whatever they're about to do. But you also feel like a determination and a resolve. And you reach out, and for the first time you see your own hand in one of these images, and it is a black-scaled clawed hand.
It's the doctor. It's gotta be.
And you grab a hold of the blue stone. A lot more sudden than when you got cursed with yours. That was a sort of a little bit more of a slow reveal over the next 24 hours. With this one, it's a much more sudden curse. Wow. You know that the doctor has willingly cursed himself with whatever these stones are, and you feel a surge of arcane power. Knowing what you know about dragons, especially from what Rasmon's been filling you in on over the last couple of days of travel and such, the main delineation of the Ice Claws was that they went to the Dead Frost and they started studying magic. They started studying the limitations of the weave and how much you can push arcane magic specifically, rather than the dark magics of the Dark Lords and the fire destruction magics of the Helmor. These guys studied just power. And you feel him willingly curse himself so that he can subject himself to opening up his boundaries. And then you're back in yourself. I'll have a wisdom saving throw, please.
11 plus 12.
11 plus 12.
Sorry, plus 1, sorry, 12.
With a 12, unfortunately, that's not enough, and you succumb to the effect of the cursed stone. As I've mentioned.
Darn it.
Not
again. Like you usually
Maybe you
do.
get some power, though.
As I've mentioned, she doesn't succumb to the effect of his cursed stone. She succumbs to the effect of her own.
Damn.
Which, as I've mentioned, can be...
Oh, damn.
At this stage, it's evolved to the point where it's no longer just the Ishalden effects. You can now pick from any of the list that I sent you of how that manifests.
You pick, Rob.
I'll pick.
Yeah,
okay.
you pick.
I did prepare for such an eventuality in case you wanted me to randomize it.
A dice.
You have a dice.
Yeah, I prepared a dice. Okay. You seem to succumb to, I think from memory, this is Ngairthuldrugst, who is,
be, yeah.
or it might be Mlaikondru. You succumb to the effect of violence, murder, slaughter, flesh, sadism, chasing, the effect of being a predator, all of the negative sides of war, the negative things that war brings out in a person.
As opposed to all the positives.
Those feelings. I mean, there are positives to war, of like protecting ones, like the god Irios, for instance, is a god of war, but he's a god of the good parts of war, of like protecting people and like defending your family and such. This is the negative sides of war, of like, oh, I get to kill people now.
Talia, then.
As the rest of you have walked on ahead down this corridor, essentially, down this abandoned tunnel.
Yeah, I think she would stand up, and she would, if she feels like a prey drive, or sorry, a predator drive, she would take off sprinting, and she's probably gonna
chase
attack.
after these guys.
Yeah.
All right.
What's going on, Talia?
I think I'm gonna kill Rasmorn.
What's that?
What?
I think I'm gonna kill Rasmorn.
What are you talking
Maybe
about?
don't do that.
I'm gonna kill you! Come here,
don't do that.
big guy!
No.
Come here!
Oh, thank God, she ain't gonna try and kill us. That's fine.
Help!
Oh! This is fine.
I'm gonna get you!
Do you think she's cursed?
Probably.
Escaping from the Plover Caves, you've been enjoying being back to a life where magic works as normal and you don't have to fight and slaughter what you eat.
Greg, what have you done with my hammer?
I've been over here the entire time!
Well, it's not in the well. Right, Greg, better down. Let's find Bob. We're going on a mission to find my hammer. Are we getting the boys back together?
It's good to have the team back together again.
You're the tanks, He's casting a spell.
If you don't tell me what the fuck you're doing.
Think it, sink it.
Aaron, you cunt.
Is that Godspot?
Give me my
Godspot!
fucking hammer.
You should know there are consequences to things.
So none of you were warlocks to the Dark Lord? That's
What?
That's
That's
what the rumor has.
Crazy.
I can see Susan. She's right through there.
We're gonna get Susan.
Such a relief.
Give me a fucking stick. Give me my hammer to explain what I'm gonna do. And I say, it's hammer time.
He said the thing!
Oh, hello, dolls.
All right. Give me an intimidation check, please, as you run to see how scary sounding you are as you chase
9
after
plus 3.
them. All right.
She trips. She trips once and stands up.
Thankfully for them, they don't immediately get scared of you. But
Is that
well, true. That might actually be a good thing. As you run, then let's try and find something on here that might be useful.
I also might have.
Someone knock me the out. Take me out.
Is there anything we, as she's running towards us, I mean, insight check, I guess, is there anything we see in her eyes? They're black, they're smoky.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, me too.
9
We all turn
plus
around.
2 plus 0. 9.
Oh, net 1.
24.
I trust her.
I'm like, hey, Talia, hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on? She
Oh my
looks
God, it's
fine.
my friend and mentor, Talia.
We are best friends.
Oh my, how angry your eyes are, Talia.
They're a lovely shade of like purpley black.
Yeah.
I love this murderous look on you.
Yeah, I would love for when she's with the curse. It's similar to like in the Vampire Diaries with Stefan and Damon when they have bloodlust and their whole like face starts cracking like with black veins and stuff.
Cool. Like inky.
Right.
Yeah.
This is seemingly, I think, the most appropriate one, but there's no lava in the moment in the place where you are. So let's say you've kind of rounded and you're about here as Talia comes rushing at you from around the corner. What was your insight checks?
I got a 24.
24, 9.
Net 1.
You recognize in her, especially after the visions she's been showing you, you know that something's, and being in her body when you were body swapped and you realize she was cursed in some way and was feeling things that weren't her own.
Yeah.
You definitely realize what's happening. The other two don't.
Don't make me turn into a dinosaur.
Do it!
You know I'll do it.
Do it!
Okay.
So, Talia, you can roll initiative. You have advantage because you're
17 plus
Advantage.
4.
Hairy amulet.
4 plus 4, so 17 plus 4.
So 21. You get to roll initiative because you know what's happening.
Nat 20, and I have advantage.
Just in case there's another nat 20.
Just in case I get higher than a 20? No. Got a nat 20.
Okay, nat 20 plus what?
Plus 0 for my initiative. So.
Cool. Nat 20 in my games allows you to choose where in the initiative order you go.
I go before her.
You're gonna eke in right before her because you notice what's coming.
Yeah.
You two will have the surprised condition. How I choose to use surprised because I don't really like how 5e or 5.5 does it. I just have you roll initiative normal and then have whatever result you get.
2, 8.
18.
8, so you get a 4.
9.
You get a 9.
Oh, so I see what
10.
you're going.
10.
Then 10 halved, 5.
5. So 5 for Naz and 10 total.
Yeah, because my +1, I
You
don't
gotta-
have the +1, I assume.
Cool. All right, so it's going to be in this order then. There's no dragons yet. So
9.5.
9.5 on initiative.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so Raz, you're up first as she comes charging around the corner. Have you got weapons drawn? Is that the situation?
Yeah, I think she will have just manifested both of her psychic daggers.
Both psychic daggers there.
I immediately wild shape into the giant constrictor.
Oh, nice. Snake's good.
Nice. Oh, our first time we've seen the snake.
I just turn. I just hear footsteps, and I'm like, "Oh, Talia! Holy f!"
It's like a whole corridor.
With psychic plays, I'm like, "No."
snake teeth and all the rest, like backwards pointing teeth that makes it harder for prey to escape. There's still the line of light coloured scales that runs all the way down its length now, and the light that's beaming from its forehead.
Yeah. And I try and grapple her.
Okay, rush towards her, make an attack roll with the constrictor snake. I will pull it up, the changes that we made to constrictor.
And you succeed?
That's my succeed face. It's just a strength saving throw. So do I need to make an attack?
I've pulled it, so the differences that I've thought about to make it more realistic to a constrictor snake. I'm just looking at that now, see if it makes a difference.
I guess it's something else you should probably roll again because it's a new thing. So.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I even have to roll.
So you need to roll to make a bite attack. Essentially, the bite will grapple. Once you have grappled a creature with the bite, you can then wrap your body around them to try and constrict. That's like a bonus, essentially.
Okay, so it's a 6 plus 6.
It gives them a certain number of con mods to escape or they pass out.
Okay, so 6 plus 6, 12.
12 doesn't hit your armor class?
No, 16 armor class.
Unfortunately, yeah, you try to reach out to bite. Talia dodges to the side.
Shit.
That will be, you reach out your body to try and grab her and miss.
She's too dexterous.
Unfortunately, that is all you can do. You can bonus action constrict, but only if you've grappled first, and you can also action to swallow a medium creature, but they have to be grappled. So unfortunately, that is all you can do. Bonus action to shift into wild shape, action to attack. Talia, you're up.
Right, well, I mean, she's going to attack, unfortunately.
Going for the
I think she would attack the snake.
Go hard.
You got your good
19.
27 temporary hit points, right?
Yeah.
19 plus... What am I doing
19
again?
plus stuff hits, roll the damage.
I should have used one of these, maybe. She will attack with her... I don't think she's not, like, locked in right now, so she's not going... Her attacks aren't going to be, like, big brain, so she's just slashing and stuff, so I think she would attack with her psychic blades.
What's
going on?
Oh no. Oh thank God. Oh thank God.
She's going for the big evil snake.
Gosh. Oh God, I almost wet myself. I thought she was going to attack us.
Same.
Oh God. Oh yeah. No, she's just attacking Raz. That's fine.
What?
She's like.
This Raz?
Yeah, no, she's literally punching a snake, and that's not a euphemism. She's punching a snake.
Which is, what is that? Is that a D8? I'm sorry. I haven't attacked with them yet.
Your true psychic blades is a D6. You don't have sneak attack for any reason.
Nah.
I
am within 5 feet of an ally, technically, though.
Not an ally against him. It has to be, basically, a sneak attack is if there is an ally of yours.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't even have to be an ally of yours. It's an enemy of the target's, because the target is essentially distracted, and you're utilising that for sneak attack.
Right.
Nobody is
and you're
fighting.
the only enemy.
Yeah.
Nobody is fighting the snake except you, so you don't get sneak attack.
1d6. Oh. 1.
Good for your survivability.
Plus
She's not getting sneak attack and rolled minimum. I think it's +4. So a 5 points of psychic damage to the snake with the first strike. You get your second one because of the nick property of the dagger.
5.
5. Is that damage? You need to roll to attack first.
Oh, sorry. 17.
Yeah, 17 plus stuff, and then 5 total.
Sorry, with my offhand, do I add stuff to it? I just need to double check
technically, the offhand won't, no, because you don't have two-weapon fighting.
Yeah, so just 5.
So 5 extra psychic as well. Psychic, that's your attack, your nick property.
Yeah.
You don't have multi-attack. Bonus action for anything?
1 second. Sorry.
Bonus action, dash, disengage, hide.
Nah, none of those.
Okay, then you stay where you are, and Soot, having seen just a moment of what the hell? Whoa, people are fighting. What's going on?
I don't think I would attack Talia immediately because I trust her. I just am confused and stuff, so I think I would attempt to maybe, if I can, if there's enough room, run around and try and grapple her from behind.
Yeah, can do so.
Maybe with my maul, like maybe I pull out the maul and try and do like one of these kind of things, like throw it around her neck.
When you said maul, I heard flail for a second. I was like, just wrap a flail around her.
No, the
just
maul.
grapple her with this flail chain.
And do the big maul.
Maul, try and grab it. All right, make a grapple check, essentially. So this is I think in 5.5 it works as you have a set DC that's based on your strength, and then she has to make a strength save against it. I prefer it to be that you set the DC. So you make an athletics check.
Okay. 14.
14 plus
plus 2,
athletics.
yep. So
16. So 16 is the DC to beat. You need to beat a 16 strength saving throw.
19 plus.
19 plus -1, I think.
Negative 18.
She's got negative strength.
Jacqueline
still.
Christ.
Jacqueline Christ.
Yeah, it's just that she's just fluid and dexterous and pushes it off, gets away from you. She's out of the grasp. That is one. That replaces one of your attacks. So you do have multi-attack at this level. You could attempt again.
Yeah.
As your second action.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you try and grab her. She slips out of it. Try and grab her again. Make it another athletics check.
Nat 20 plus
athletics
2.
So 22 is the DC to beat with a -1. Can you roll a 23, please? Oh no, crazy. So yes, you are grappled with that. So grapple just means your speed becomes 0. You can still do all of your attacks and stuff. It just means you can't voluntarily move. That's both your actions. You've got a bonus action.
I don't.
Anything you want
no,
to do
I
with
don't
bonus?
think so. I think I'll just hold steady and just maybe I'll just whisper in your ear. What are you doing, Talia?
With her grappled, I am going to try and
stab her in the gut.
Yeah, literally just go
shoot her in the face.
Hey, you're like a daughter to me. Stab.
No. I'm going to quickly tinker together something that's going to keep her arms down.
Okay.
And,
okay. There's actually an item like this.
Manacles.
Manacles, yeah.
Because she just grappled, but I want to go from grappled to restrained. Is the next one?
Okay. So I will say. So I'll give you the options then. You can, the tinkering thing can just be flavor of you making a grapple check as well. And if you both grapple, I'll increase the grapple to a restrained. You can tinker something and actually make a check and tinker up just manacles, which is just an item that she could theoretically pick a way out of if she needed to. Or you could try and tinker up a magic item in this moment called the Iron Bands of Bilero, which is like a Pokeball, a metal Pokeball essentially, and you throw it out and it wraps around them like iron.
That's kind of what I was imagining. It's something of just like essentially a.
Talia, calm down. Calm down. Okay, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you. Okay. Oh, yes. Got her. Gotta catch them all. Yeah.
Let me look up the Iron Bands of Bilero and just to tell you how sort of rarish sort of they are. They're considered a rare item, so give me a tinkering check in this moment. I'll decide how many scrap it costs based on.
Oh my gosh, she's got black veins all over her face.
1.
A 1?
1 plus 13.
So nat 1. Do you want to hero token it, or do you want to just go with the nat 1?
No, I don't want to hero token it.
Okay, then you use a scrap and fail entirely. So the scrap is gone, but you do not get anything from it. You quickly try and tinker it, and it's just
tinker, throw a bunch of scrap, just goes.
Put those together. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta actually invent the thing.
All right, back to the top of the round, Rasmon.
Okay.
Before is that a bonus action?
Yeah, true. You do have a bonus action left if you use your device. Or any other thing you can do as a bonus.
I'm trying to. That's probably far too much for a bonus action. I was essentially just trying to use a Fizzle Spark device into some kind of calming thing. One of the things in the Fizzle Spark device is calming, but to try
it and hope.
1 out of 20, freeze her to death.
Make it, throw it, and hope for the best.
No, I won't.
All right, Rasmon, you're up.
Essentially trying to tinker the calm motions with a bonus action.
Do I stay in my form and just try and grapple her again, or I do have Hold Monster as a spell I can... She's not a monster, is she?
What did you call me?
Hold Monster works.
She would fit into this category.
It's just an upgrade to from Hold Person. Yeah. It's umbrella category for all things.
Yeah.
Should really be called Hold Creature.
Yeah. I'll stay in my constrictor form and I just try and
bite again.
Bite her again.
Give me a bite. You don't have advantage because she's not restrained. She's just grappled, so she's still kind of moving and squirming.
Just calm down, Jesus.
Is that a nat one again?
Thing where you roll really well.
Is that a nat 1?
Oh yeah.
You remember how I do? Do you remember how I do nat 1s when you're making an attack?
Oh.
I think it's like opposite stay where nat 1 when you attack is actually that's a number 1.
No, quite
You're
the opposite.
number 1, Ben.
Nat 1 on attacks is I look to see if there's anyone in friendly fire range.
Oh no.
Luckily no one is, so it's fine.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
19.
Okay, thankfully you're dexterous enough that as this snake bypasses Talia, Talia sort of ducks out of the way and the snake's bite attack tries to grapple you on the shoulder. And you do also dodge out of the way. It just hits your pauldron and does not bite you for any damage.
Cool.
Raz, what are you doing?
Shut up!
Tries to bite you and misses. That's your action. You can, as a bonus action, drop wild shape, but I think otherwise you got nothing to do as a bonus.
You got nothing.
All right, Talia, you're up.
That went really well. I'm glad I chose that option.
I think Talia would be locked into the snake. It was the first thing that she saw, and she's not in her. You know, she's struggling to make sense of what's happening. So she would probably, if she can, if her arms aren't totally restrained, she would try to throw one of the daggers
Make an
at the
attack roll.
snake. Oh, it's not that good. Not that good. 6 plus, what was it?
Your attack roll, which would be
I know
a
what it is, but every time I
plus 8, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a 14. 6
Plus
plus 8.
8.
14. 14 will miss your armor class.
and
Just
then
doesn't
she
manage
tried
to get through his
the
armor.
second one.
Second one.
19. So
The stuff hits, yes.
Can I get one of those dice, please?
Psychic damage.
Unfortunately, you'll curse it and then you won't roll well for her.
Oh. Yeah. 3 plus.
I think it's your offhand, so it wouldn't plus anything.
Nothing,
Just
right,
3
so
psychic
3.
to the snake.
Yeah.
I can tank.
He's tanking it because it is additional temporary hit points when he wild shapes. Cool, that is your action. You've got a bonus action if you want to anything, but you've got no movement.
Bonus action,
really.
uncurse.
I mean, my bonus action, I do have. It says I have hex.
Oh yeah, you could hex.
So, sorry guys. I mean, it's in the character. We're in the character right now. So, she's gonna cast.
Don't worry, we fought Ben and killed them.
Yeah. She is gonna cast hex on the snake. Place a curse on a creature that you can see within range until the spell ends. You deal extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target.
Psychic onto the snake. You can also choose one of his 6 abilities for him to have disadvantage on those checks.
Strength.
Disadvantage on strength checks. You know, like if you wanted to grapple or something. The psychic daggers go out, then the hex follows with this blackened smoke. I think you're perceptive enough and right in front of her and you're the subject of it that you can see some of that is coming from something in her inventory. Some of that black smoke is kind of... that's her bonus action hex. You should have done that before you do the attacks and then you get to add it onto the
I didn't really think about it until I clicked bonus action.
All right.
I want to cast command on her as well.
Okay.
And just, I want to hold her and just be like, halt, stop.
Woo! You flipped out and then came and attacked us.
But I just look at Talia, because I felt that curse when I was in you.
There's a stairwell that you find, one that's large enough for a yak to go down. And you can tell that the sound you've been hearing is from something pacing around in one of these cells. As you approach this thing, you can see something is putting its head up and then looking away.
We could go that way and send him out the back passage. Phrasing.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. If you want to see us playing more D&D, there's links for various different campaigns. If you want to see us playing Daggerhat as well, there's links to those campaigns too. Check them out, and we'll see you in the next one.